Last thought about last night's debate, the last third and final presidential debate. We had this interview, I think it was Howard Kurtz maybe, or Brian Stelter, one of the media bias show guys, interviewed Chris Wallace about a month and a half ago or 2 months ago and asked him, will you be fact-checking or keeping the candidates sort of honest during the debate if they try to lie? And we played the clip, and Chris Wallace basically said, I am not there to fact-check. Others will do that. And it made me wonder, well, what's the point? I mean, you don't really need a moderator just to ask questions. You can have the questions pop up on a screen and have a timer that shuts off people's mics when their time goes off. But I was glad to see that Chris Wallace, in spite of selecting questions that on balance were probably better questions for Trump, although he did completely bungle many of them badly, big league, as he would say, Chris Wallace did drop a major truth bomb when Donald Trump tried to deny the reality that there's a consensus that Russia was indeed involved in these recent leaks connected to Wikileaks and Hillary Clinton, etc. Trump tried to flat out deny it, and Hillary Clinton, of course, said that that does appear to be the case. Chris Wallace interjected and dropped a major truth bomb. I'm going to play for you this 2-minute segment. We'll hear a little bit from Trump, we'll hear from Hillary Clinton, and we will also hear from Chris Wallace. I think that this was exactly the right thing for Chris Wallace to do because Trump was going above and beyond what the known and publicly stated and available consensus is on this issue. And of course, some right-wingers say, oh, Chris Wallace is being really unfair to Trump here. I don't buy that. Let's take a look and you can judge for yourselves.
1,800, by the way, where they expanded and we didn't. 1,800 nuclear warheads, and she's playing chicken. Look, Putin, from everything I see, has no respect for this person.
Well, that's because he'd rather have a puppet as president of the United States.
No puppet.
And it's pretty clear.
You're the puppet.
It's pretty clear you won't admit that the
puppet.
Russians have engaged in cyber attacks against the United States of America, that you encouraged espionage against our people, that you are willing to spout the Putin line, sign up for his wish list, break up NATO, do whatever he wants to do, and that you continue to get help from him because he has a very clear favorite in this race. So I think that this is such an unprecedented situation. We've never had a foreign government trying to interfere in our election. We have 17 intelligence agencies, civilian and military, who have all concluded that these espionage attacks, these cyber attacks, come from the highest levels of the Kremlin, and they are designed to influence our election. I find that deeply disturbing, and I think it's time.
She has no idea whether it's Russia, China, or anybody else.
I am not quoting myself.
No idea.
I am quoting
Hillary, you
17.
Have no idea.
17 do you doubt 17
our
military
has
and
no
civilian
idea.
Agencies? Well,
yeah,
he'd rather believe Vladimir Putin than the military and civilian intelligence professionals who are sworn to protect us. I find that just absolutely
She doesn't like Putin because Putin has outsmarted her at every step of the way. Excuse me. Putin has outsmarted her in Syria. He's outsmarted her every step of the way.
I do get to ask some questions.
Yes,
and I would like to ask you this direct question. The top national security officials of this country do believe that Russia has been behind these hacks. Even if you don't know for sure whether they are, do you condemn any interference by Russia in the American election?
By Russia or anybody else?
You condemn their interference?
Of course I condemn. Of course I can. I don't know Putin. I have no idea.
I
never met Putin. This is not my best friend. But if the United States got along with Russia, wouldn't be so bad. Let me tell you, Putin has outsmarted her and Obama at every single step of the way.
How childish. Can you imagine anything more childish than, no, you're the puppet, Hillary, you're the puppet. And I think that this was interesting in that you actually saw Donald Trump condemn hypothetical, although he doesn't even agree that it's going on, or at least he's not conceding or admitting that he believes or understands that, condemn Russian involvement. Now, of course, he completely sort of milk toasted it by saying, oh, I condemn the involvement of any country in trying to influence American elections. But it was actually interesting to see him say that, although every critique of Russia and Putin from Donald Trump, it's like pulling teeth. It's like it's so reluctant, and it really tells us a lot about why we suspect partially the tax returns are not being released and business deals with Russia, which Trump, of course, has claimed he doesn't have, but then he's also claimed he does have, and who really knows what the truth is. Right-wingers did not like Chris Wallace's interjection of that basic fact. I believe Chris Wallace did absolutely nothing wrong in that segment and just said, no, the facts are that is the intelligence consensus. Given that, what is your opinion? Will you denounce? Will you condemn? Overall, the questions at the debate last night, favorable questions in terms of topic to Donald Trump, but Chris Wallace moderately fair in terms of pushing both candidates when it comes to trying to not answer questions. And overall, given what we've come to expect from anybody associated with Fox News, I think that Chris Wallace did okay. All right, let's take a break. There's still much else to discuss. I do want to talk about allegations of voter fraud and so-called rigged elections more specifically. I want to talk about what's going on in Utah and much more. I'm on Twitter at @DPakman, and remember, you can sign up for membership at davidpakman.com/membership.